Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to recreate this beautiful set. Very beginner friendly. Like I told you, it's not like I've been doing nails for a long time. I'm pretty much new, like months new. Today I'm going to use this drill. I did not have all my tools. In the last video I used a buffer. Today I'm just going to use a nail drill to buff all the nails. And like I told you in the previous video, I just like to make sure that there is no imperfections on the nail, just because it also elevates the look, and it's gonna, the closer it looks to the natural nail, the better. Now, as you can see, this is gonna be the result. I'm gonna now just put a piece of paper. Guys, I forgot my mat. I forgot everything but the mask. That's on me. So I'm just gonna use whatever I got here. I'm very sorry. But I didn't forget the nail holder, so that's great, and the stickers. So we're just gonna do like I showed you guys in the last video. I'm just gonna put on these nail stickers. That's my preferred method because it's just not gonna move. It doesn't matter what you do to the nail, that's gonna stay there. And that just gives me like better control on the things that I'm gonna do when it comes to the gel art and stuff like that. And now that we have everything set here, we're just gonna start with our base gel. I really like to apply a very thin coat for each nail. Now I'm getting some of the things ready for this gel art, like where I mix my gel colors, some lint-free pads, and all my tools. I only take out the ones that I think I'm gonna use. And in the background you can see the alcohol, acetone, all that stuff. Now that we have everything set, what we're gonna do is just start applying all the colors. This is gonna be the 212, the F212 from Beatles. And this is what I'm going to use for the bigger apple. So I found this right there in the middle. Maybe you can agree, maybe you don't. I know this looks kind of pinkish, but the outcome, like as you can see, I absolutely loved it like that. So but you can play with the different colors, so if you really don't like this one, you can definitely try red one. Now this color is the F245. I wanted to find something that could go well with the colors that I was gonna apply. I didn't want to use something super white, and I just thought this shade was perfect. This color, it's gonna be the F236. It's a beautiful pink. I was immediately in love with it. So now let's start mixing. I'm gonna mix this green that I have, the 204. It's not the green that I was looking for, and I am very limited with the 223. I just want to get as close as I can to that green that I saw on the reference. I thought it was just completely stunning. So you're gonna watch me trying to figure it out, the exact shade that I wanted to get. And as you can see, I'm just using colors that I've used previously for the other nails, and with my mixer, I'm just gonna go ahead and start mixing. At this point, whatever happens happens, but I was very positive in that moment that it was gonna be a really nice shade tone, however you want to call it. But also you need to take into consideration that I had, and this is why you see that I'm just picking other colors, And that's something I didn't think about before, was that I needed two different shades of green. I needed a light one and a dark one. And you're gonna see why later, but I just added just the plain white just to have, you know, half and half. And that way I could play with those two shades for the apple. So this is what we have, and I'm gonna start with one of my brushes, you know, just to get all the product that I can, all the gel that I can, so I can just start painting the nail. Now I'm just gonna go with the first layer, and I'm just gonna start building until I get the color and the composition that I like. Now this is how it actually came out. I absolutely loved it. It's just the first coat, you know, the first layer. So we're just gonna cure it. I really made sure that it didn't have no bubbles, nothing like that. Now it's time to apply the top coat, and I'm just gonna go through every single nail. If you see that the green one is the one that I didn't apply a top coat, it's because I wanted to keep building that color until I felt comfortable, which it actually only took me 3 layers. And then I applied a top coat to that one as well. So I'm gonna take my tool for some very thin lines, and I'm just gonna do like a normal French, I would say. And this French is just gonna be with a darker green. Now I apologize because this camera does whatever it wants to do, and when it wants to just not focus, it looks weird, so I had to stop and then go back again. Now as you can see the line, I was just trying to map it out because I am just a perfectionist. Like, it's not like I am the best at doing nails because I'm learning, but I'm gonna use my full capacity of what I can do, and I'm gonna try to make it look as beautiful as I can. So I did try a couple of times until I liked it, and as you can see, I applied 2 layers to make it look as dark green as possible, and this is how it came out. I absolutely love it. Now this nail is ready for that top coat to seal everything together, and it's ready to just move on with the rest. The camera once again was attacking me, so it was really difficult to have a straight line of dots. Who would have thought? I was laughing. I was like, why did this came out like that? But I cleaned it and I was like, let me start again, but this time let me make sure that I'm looking at what I'm doing. So I had to change the view of like the camera, the perspective of it, and now it was actually easier for me to do the dots with the dotting tool. And I don't know why I was shaking so much. I just really wanted it to come out beautiful, but this time, look, it was looking way better. So I just added the other dots, and that was pretty much for that nail. I did have to go back a couple of times. As you can see, that's the pattern that I used to make it look like it's not random, but at the same time it's like random organized. Now after we put those ladies under the lamp, I'm gonna start with the smaller apple. Now I'm gonna use the same reddish, cherry red, however you want to call it, from the other nails that I use for like the base color. And then with the one that is made for like thinner lines, I am just mapping out the external part of the apple. And since it came out pretty, the shape that I wanted, I was just gonna do the same thing for the big apple. I had to create a very solid white base first, and then I was gonna apply the pinkish. So you're gonna see me struggling just to apply the perfect white base so I could just, you know, go with the rest. As you can see, for the smaller apple, I used dark green for one leaf and lighter green for the other one, exactly like it was in the reference. I thought that was super cute. And that's how it came out. I was just making sure that everything was dry, and I was putting the ones that I was just not gonna, you know, add no more gel art or anything on the side, so I can just fully concentrate on what I would do, especially with the big apple.